Hello, hi, we have Jose with Soto Welding in Bakersfield, and he's gonna tell us a trick and a tip about how to move an axle, because he does these things all the time. Hi, Jose.
Hey, how you doing? So first of all, to move an axle, what you gotta do, you gotta have some of these jacks and lift all the rear up in the air.
Yes.
And have the truck up in the air so you can have all the axle, free to move back and forth. And then you gotta remove all the bolts that come with it.
Yes.
And but first of all, you gotta always, the most important thing is your measurements. So right here, I have a very special mark. I even grinded it down so it doesn't erase. This mark right here, even if try to clean or whatever, is always going to be here because I cut it a little bit. This mark has to line up exactly with the center of the axle, right? So to get that line, you can get the measurement. You can get measurement straight from the CAD, but I can't do that. I like to get it straight from a solid point. The crossmember. The crossmember comes from factory, so that has never been moved. The cab, it might move a little bit shift, but that point right there, it never moves. So right here, we give it a 97 inches, right? And then we go to the other side of the bracket and measure 97 inches on that side. So that, and then this is your most important, mark right here. So make sure that this mark, it matches the other one.
Okay.
And then, of course, you always gotta keep this on line. And then what I do, come over here. I grind it down the paint and I put a line all the way across. So when I bring this thing right on the hole, I can see the line, and I just clamp it there, make one hole, and then come over here, bring the line right here. See the line? Match it with the other hole, clamp it, and make the second hole. Once you make those 2 second holes, then tie those 2 bolts, and then you're free to make the holes. Before I used to make templates and then put them in there and then drill the holes and then, but it's I couldn't ever get it right. So what I do now, put 1 bolt, 2 bolts, and just drill all the bolts in there. That way you don't have to be moving around anything or miss the fall or something. And then, of course, always take pictures, videos of all your connections.
That is the hardest part.
Yes. And you see how these ones right here, they have matching the same length, because this right here, the matching zip ties, right? So all you gotta do, you gotta find the zip tie that goes to the same thing, and zip ties, and then just match it up. Instead of writing numbers, all you gotta do is just mark it with zip ties. A lot of people have different zip ties, but this has worked better for us.
Okay.
So that's about it. That's
I know this is going to be a complicated work, and you always do this like all day long. You can do it in your sleep, so somebody can come to you and you just do it for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can come to me. We can help you. Or also, if you have a question, something that you want to ask, you can always hit us up, and we'll guide you. We'll guide you through it. We have no problem sharing what we know.
Thank you, Jose. Do you have a ballpark number of how much you usually charge, or do you like to do that?
Well, this right here usually takes about 35 to 40 hours, especially because this frame is real hard to drill in through.
Yes.
So I use different type of ways to drill this. I have those magnet drills, and what I don't like about the magnet drills is that the drill bits, they go out real quick. So what we do, we just use a small number 9 drill bit, draw a pilot hole, and then we just use a regular drill to just drill them,
So probably better to contact you about pricing?
Yes, contact me about pricing, like I said, and then also you gotta purchase the drive line.
The drive line.
Yeah.
That's another aspect.
When you drive, when you go to make the drive line, all they ask you is to measure from this point right here.
Yes.
From this flash point right here to the other flash point. That's all they ask you.
I see. All right. To the other point, right?
Yeah, from this point
Yes.
to the other point.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Jose, for the tips. We really appreciate it. And you're here in Bakersfield,
Yes.
and you do anything that has to do with the trucks and truck body, and you have all kinds of projects that you're working on.
Yes. Well, we basically we do all kinds of things. We just, if the customer has an idea, and we'll try to make it happen.
Thank you so much, Jose.
Oh, you're welcome.